Hello, hello, welcome. I hope the mic is working. It looks like it's working. Hold on 1 second. I'm very prepared. Oh, it's been a while since I last streamed, and that was not intentional. But it is my fault. I made a mistake. A big mistake. One I should have planned for. I had originally set up my plan for developing this RTS prototype as something where I would make a lot of it offline, because there's a lot of little bits and pieces to add, little tiny features that take like 15 minutes to add, and it's like more stress setting them aside, putting them in a bucket, and then doing them on stream than it is just to do it and then celebrate by having a piece of candy or something. And then if I hit into a situation that's bigger or something I'm not motivated to do, I'll do that on stream. And we'll get through that together. And I thought that was a good plan. But I guess this game has just been nothing but small things. And I just haven't found a point where I'm like, oh, here's a problem that I really don't want to do. I want to do it all. I want to make this game. There were times when I wanted to stream because it had been long enough. Like yesterday. I wanted to stream yesterday. But I was just too busy making my game, so I didn't. And I'm kind of forcing myself today. It's kind of a, thinking about it, it makes perfect sense that if I'm if I set myself up to make a game, I won't have time to do anything else. I even planned on I'm gonna stream Puzzle Depot sometimes so I don't burn out. But it's been feeling like I don't want to play Puzzle Depot because I'm making my game and I want to make my game and I actually don't want to do anything else other than do that. So, why? Why would I force myself to not do the thing I want to do? That's the opposite of my goal. But I don't want to lose my stream. I've been thinking about if this was my dream game and I had to choose between making my dream game and streaming, I might not stream. I might just close my account temporarily and just work and have a great life. This is not my dream game, so that's not going to happen. But it's been something I've been thinking about all day, and actually about all week. Yeah. Anyway, what I've got planned is, so let me just show off what I've got so far. I don't remember what I've done, how the state of the game was the last time I streamed. But I did add a couple more units down here for testing purposes. I don't know if I added buildings, but I did add these buttons. I think the last time I worked on the command card, and getting this command card working was just a big sigh of relief. Well, I've got it so that you can add buttons that build units, and also you can add different buttons that build different units. This command card has an array of 9 buttons, and then there's actually a separate array of up to 9 units. And if I pass in some buttons, will go to that other array and say, I need a unit, let me grab the top off the stack. Which is kind of fragile in terms of me making content for the game, because I have to keep in mind for this command card, the depot command card, I have to make sure the order of these is what I want it to be. And if it's not, the game is just going to be broken in a very hard to detect way. I mean, it's not hard to detect. You'll catch it when you're playing it, but it's like I'll have to play the game a lot to catch it. But if I press this, a soldier pops out. I also got this working. That was fun. If I press this, a heavy pops out. I implemented a second unit. It took me 15 minutes. It's not very interesting. Nothing that I've done here is very interesting in terms of like, wow, I'm really proud that I added this progress bar and it goes up. Like, no, that's nothing. That took 15 minutes. I added more units here so that we can test, like, what I did originally was I just spammed like 30 units, sent them down here, and then just like killed the enemy in like 5 seconds. And I came to a like I noticed something that I want to do more research on. I got a little addicted to one specific part of this that I didn't think I would really enjoy, but let me start over, because like this is cool to watch. This is actually not that fun to me, especially if they're not going to pathfind correctly. Like, this is just whatever. At this point, I'm good with that. But what is fun is if I click this button, a unit pops out, and if I click it really fast, a lot of units pop out. And I don't know why I find that like compelling. I'm a little confused. As like, I could just click this button and do that for like 10 minutes. I want to explore that more. Noteworthily, I don't have a cancel button, so I have to wait for this to, or I don't have to wait. I can just restart the game. Notably, this, a lot less fun. I don't entirely understand my brain. I don't understand if this is just me. If this is like, I'm weird and normal people actually prefer buttons like this. But like pressing, I could press this button 10 times and be like, whatever. But pressing this button 10 times. Oh yeah, now we're playing the game. This looks so stupid. Trying to explain my feelings. But I want to keep in mind more. I want gameplay like this, where I click a button and a unit pops out very quickly. And less of this, where I click a button and a unit eventually comes out. We eventually get the payoff, but having the input and the output be closely aligned, I think is actually valuable, useful, something I should aim to try and make a design that capitalizes on that. I gotta fix the pathfinding. That's not something that's gonna take 15 minutes. That's something that's gonna take a very long time. but it's not a priority, so I'm not doing it. I don't remember if I said what I was planning on doing today. I think I did, but just in case I didn't, we're going to be adding rocks, minerals. We're going to be adding gold, and I would like to make it so that if a unit is next to the gold, that gold is claimed. That's basically it. And claimed could mean like there's a flag, or claimed could mean that we build a gold mine or a refinery or whatever on it. And then the refinery does all the heavy lifting, all the logic. I don't have plans on implementing money this stream, but that's the source of money, is like just resources on the map. And then you move, for now, just any unit, because I only have 2 units and I don't want to implement another unit just to make this work. You move any unit to the gold, that claims the gold. Placeholder. Everything else is a placeholder. Not hard. Probably something I could do in 15 minutes. But that is what we're doing. So I first want to think about how I want this to be. It's not a unit. It's not something that moves around. I mean, this building is something that doesn't move around. And also it's not something we can see because of how the sprite loading happens. I think I need to make a new type of object. And I did think beforehand, what am I going to name this object? Because naming things is hard and coming up with a name live is frustrating. And I could just call them doodads because I feel like that's a name that nails the vibe of what's going on. But I don't know, it feels derivative to do that. Adding gold doesn't feel derivative, but calling it a doodad feels derivative. Don't understand it. I'm going to call it a landmark. We're going to add a landmark. It is a thing on the map. It has, most of these components are not what it has. It does not, it does actually need a mouse selection collider, but it does not need a combat component. It does not need a health component. These things will not take damage. It does not need a navigation agent. Landmarks do not move. It does need, what is this? Oh, that's the selection thing. Yes, we do need that, and I should rename this. Let me just rename this really quick. Do I just have a variable up here? There it is, texture rect. Let's call that not texture rect. Let's call that selection box graphic. Very easy code. All it does is be visible. Refactoring live. Doohickey works well. It does. There are a lot of generic like widgets or gizmos or stuff like that, that having them in the back pocket, I think, is good. The only reason that I don't want to use them is because I don't want to confuse future me. If I give it a random name, 3 weeks from now, I'm going to come back to this code and look at it and be like, what did I mean by gizmo? Why did I call this a gizmo? Why didn't I call it a widget? And then hate myself. I get enough of that already. Okay, let's grab that. Let's grab that, and let's grab that. Copy. I hope this is how this works. I hope I'm not just like paste as child. Oh, good. Sick. Oh, it even copied the circle shape. Why is this complaining? Oh, because this is a node 2D, and this needs to be, I'm going to say static body 2D. That could be correct. I could be very wrong. I'm not sure. We do need to give this a script because we need to power this. Yeah, let's call it landmark.gd. A plus. Get in there. We can just take the selector graphic. We can just copy that. We can just copy everything. We don't have an allegiance. We don't have a unit data. We might want to have a landmark data. I'll think about that. We don't need a command queue or a build queue. We're just not that interesting. We do want to have a landmark sprite. And that means we probably do either need to export it so that we can... No, we don't want to export. That's silly. We definitely want to put it in a unit data and a landmark data. So we'll need to invent that, but we will want to have this selected Boolean. Current grid cell. I think I'm doing this for selection purposes. What am I doing this for? Or is this for collision checking? This might be for collision checking. No, that's not. That can't be for collision checking because collision checking is entirely done by Godot. I do not have any hand in that. What is this for? We register the unit in our unit grid map. What am I using the unit grid map for? All right, let's go to the unit grid map. What are you doing? Who are you again? Oh, this is for attacking. This is to see if I'm in range to attack a unit. We actually don't need that. We're not concerned about range. We're not going to have landmarks that attack people. Do we want to have landmarks that attack people? Probably not. We can just make them units. We can just promote them to units. We don't need this. Let me grab the sound pitch. We don't need a sound pitch. Or do we? Do we want to, when we click on something, do we want it to make a sound? Yes. That's silly. Of course we do. Clicking on things to make sounds is the cornerstone of fun. Maybe we don't want this to be so random though. Yeah, all right. Let me go ahead and just grab this and then... does this fully implement the selection graphic? I think there's another function. Nope. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole sandwich. On death, we don't need that. Q command, we don't need deal damage. It's silly that this is a function. Why did I do that? The health component is supposed to be self-contained, but whatever. It's just a easy. The code makes the code look better, even if it's dumb and fragile. I have an on unit data set. I probably want that for on landmark data set. So let's go ahead and make that happen. Okay, so we're going to want landmark data. Let's go ahead and take this, copy that, because copying is great. And our landmark data, we're going to want to have, oh, we do want to have a command card. What is this can build? Why did I do that? There was a reason I did that. I did that recently, but that was like 2 days ago, so I've already forgotten. If unit data.can build. It's for, oh, okay. Because I added the way that I made being able to build units is actually a component. And not all units have that component. I don't know why I did it like that, but I did. So to get that component, you got to can build. Has builder component. Can build units. Let's go back here. I'm pretty sure that doesn't break anything. Renaming this does not break anything. This is not the correct thing. Can build units. Actually, that did break things. And then let me leave a note for myself. So that I don't make that mistake again. All right, anyway, back to making landmark data. We got to go and get us, we don't need this because we're not going to have landmarks that build units. Or do we? I don't know. Build time, unit selected sound effects. Sure, we need that. And we need a name. We got to name this thing. I always postpone adding this variable to my resource. This is an incredibly important thing, being able to name the thing so that I can represent that in the game. Like, this is soldier. That's actually, is that actually the name that I gave it? Oh, it is. Okay, that's actually the name. That's not an abbreviation. That's the name. I need to fix that. Without that variable, I don't have any way to put this here. And yet I postpone anyway. Okay, we can work with this though. Let's make ourselves a new folder. Let's make gold. The data. Gold, the data. The landmark data. All right. New resource. We're going to call this landmark data. And Godot is going to help us out. Immediately knows what we want. Type gold there. All right, let's see this. We got to give it an audio array stream. An array of audio streams. I mean, we got to name this gold farm quarry. Gold rock. Sure. Let me take this. We get our, nope, this is wrong. Undo that. I need a atlas texture, and then I use the atlas texture to get that, and then we open that up and we go to the edit region. Why does this take so many clicks to get here? It just does. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. And we'll grab that rock. Actually, I'm gonna grab this rock because it's different colored and I don't want it to blend into the background. Okay, so now we have our gold. Do we? No, I think I'm missing something. I need to add a command card. Do I though? I need a blank command card. No buttons. Under the button datas. Yeah, that's well done. Let me go ahead and add nothing. I think I actually have a blank button. I did that because I wanted to have these buttons be not next to each other. Let's find it. Oh, my buttons are up here. Yeah. In commands. Empty button. There it is. So that should be it. That should be the entire what I need to do. Because this is not a unit, this is a landmark. I am not going to actually be able to click on this because my clicker only looks for units. Wait a minute. I think the selection box is actually using the grid map. If that's the case, then I do need to add this to the grid map. Where's my select box? Get units in rect. It is using the unit grid map. Okay, so we have to register it. Okay, so that makes this a little annoying. So my grid does not care what I put in it. I have an array of anything in there. So adding landmarks to this array, not a problem. The problem is I have a bunch of functions that I need to make, like register landmark. And then it's the exact same function, but cast differently. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this register unit and unregister unit. Those functions can remain, but they're just going to call func register thing variant. Okay, we're going to take this up here, and then we're going to make an equivalent function, func unregister thing. How did I misspell thing? Vector 2i, doing a whole bunch of why do I have this? Oh, it returns void. Okay, I see. Oh, refactoring is just great. It's just great to do that live, especially when it's unplanned refactoring. All right, we need to expand this out a little. Func register landmark. Landmark. Could I do this with some like polymorphism or something? Is that the word? Inheritance. That's the word I mean. Could I just make unit and landmark have a common ancestor? Hello? Welcome. What are you working on today? I am refactoring. I'm trying to add gold to this game. Can't do it. I can't show it off right now because the game is currently Flirp. Just trying to add gold to this so that we can go mine it. When I say we mine it, I mean we stand next to it, and then a bunch of placeholder happens. I kind of don't want to because there's a lot of behaviors that actually the only behaviors I really want to share are being able to click and maybe I will make a common thing, and then I don't have to make all these. I can just register unit and then just cast it to clickable. I'm excited to hear the sound you choose when mining. It's just gonna be a placeholder, so don't hold your breath. How do I add? Oh, it's here. Yeah, okay. So we just add a script. Clickable. Extends. Wait. No, that doesn't work because landmarks are static and oh no, that does work. What am I talking about? No, it doesn't work. I can only inherit one thing. If we had multiple inheritance, I could do this, but because landmarks are static body 3D and units are a rigid body 3D. Nope, that's character body 3D. And I keep saying 3D. They're actually 2D. Character body 2D. Static body 2D. These cannot have a common ancestor. Oh well. Anyway, back to my original plan. Is that true? Is there a way that I can have a extend static body 2D, but also extends? Oh, could I use groups? Is that no? You can't cast with groups. That's not how that works. Never mind. That would be a thing like group unit is a clickable, landmark is a clickable. If object is clickable, we go. Otherwise, we don't. But I can't cast that, so it doesn't work. Back to this. Let's make this function happen. I'm pretty sure I made this happen. Oh, I didn't. Did I do that for units? This is not a unit. Oh. I did do it for units. Great. Okay, landmarks exist. Thank you. Func unregister landmark. Cell vector 2i. These are just aliases. Cool, I actually don't need to return that. Okay, close that up, close that up. We need to update unit position, update landmark position. Do we really need that function? Not really, but whatever. And then we're just going to take both of these and make them go call this function. Update thing position. instead of calling them thing, maybe I should call them object. No, don't overthink it. Just keep going. Just keep going. Thing variant old cell vector 2i vector 2i. Take this code, put it here. Thing dot position. All right, and then we just alias. And we're good. Take this here, do the same thing, but instead of landmark, we're passing in a unit. All right, theoretically, the game should still completely work fine. We haven't messed with any core logic. The game still works. I can still click on units. I can still, I mean, this definitely we didn't tinker with, but I can click on units. I can send them places. All right. Get units in rect. This should just be get things in rect. I think I'm calling this function exactly one place. We may in the future, oh, I'm calling it multiple places. We may in the future. Oh, it's just an alias. Okay. We may in the future want to have a get units in rect function, like actually only get units, exclude landmarks. That's not hard to do. So, and that's it. And that's it. We done it. This is going to say it's an array of units. Oh, not all things are going to have an allegiance. Oh, okay. So we got to back up here. We got to think about this a little harder than what we've done. I need to go through the thing. If the possible things contains a unit, I should disregard all landmarks. If we click on a unit, we don't click on the land. We just throw the landmarks away. If we only have landmarks, we should go through, we should just select all of them. We don't worry about the allegiance of gold. It's a landmark. It doesn't have an allegiance. Does that put us in trouble? Maybe. Okay, so let's var select units bool equals only select units equals false. If, okay, for unit in if possible unit is unit, only select units equals true, break. Does that do what I think it does? Yeah, I think that just gets out of the for loop. I hope that's what it does. I don't think I've ever actually done a break before. I don't need to test it. It does. Good to know. That's what we want. Then, if only select units. We actually want this to be outside of there. Why does this expect a type collection? Oh, yeah, that's fair. If that's true, then we just do this. Else to only select things for unit in. Oh, wait a minute. And unit is unit. If select box has all that going on, then we things.append the landmark. Okay, this should work and not break anything. I bet something's gonna break. Why is this tabbed wrong? I bet something's gonna break. I'm missing something, but it might not break. So let's just go for it. We all know untested code always works first try. That's the thing. If it works, then you know something's broken. That's the scariest. Let's go ahead and take our landmark scene. Shove it right there. Let's put it. Let's put. There we go. Let's put it over here. I think if I just give it a sprite. Oh no, not a sprite. If I give it a. Did I never add the unit? The landmark data? I did not. Oh, I didn't finish writing this function. It's just completely. Yes. Smart. All right, let's take that, copy it over because it's easier to copy. We don't need these functions. We do need this function. Not a small function. Oh, I don't need this. No, we don't need any of that. Here we go. Okay, it should work now. First try, let's go. Well, I failed to select it, so that's a good sign. But also I failed to get the texture that I gave myself. Did I do that? Did I actually give myself a texture, or did I hallucinate doing that? Oh no, I didn't. I did not. Landmark data empty. Great. A+. What if it wasn't empty? There it is. All right, we click on it and we crash. Invalid access to property. key allegiance. Oh no. Oh no. How are we getting to this function? So I did a point cast, see what I'm clicking on. And then we're calling input manager.selected. No, we're not calling that. That is, these things are already selected. Okay. Is find and replace not a thing? It kind of is, but it's sketchy enough that I don't like using it. Because if it fails, then I hate my life. I like it in sturdier editors. This is not a sturdy editor for find and replace, though. So we have a unit. We get its parent to get the area 2D of the unit. Oh, that's a completely different chain. So if I do this, we're good. Nope, just kidding. Why did this fail? What is this? Oh, how did I miss this function? Oh no. Okay. If we get this working, we should be good, right? What do we have? Func select landmarks. Landmarks param. Where's that coming from? Is it just is the problem just that this is cast as a unit array? We do expect that there's a unit selected sound, which there is, but we also expect that there's a unit data, which there may not be. But that's not necessarily a problem. If we take this, we change this to select things. Oh no, we've got add unit to selection, remove unit from. All of these functions are cast to units. Oh shoot. Okay, so I need to go through here and refactor this the same way that I refactored the unit grid map. And I also probably shouldn't call it the unit grid map if there's things that aren't units in there. But more refactoring. We'll just make select units, select landmarks, and then select things. Things param array. And then we'll take this. And then we'll just make this. Do that. For thing in selected units. Oh, shoot. How deep does that go? That's fine. That's fine. We can work with that. There's only one thing I'm worried about. Do we call this function outside? Do we call this variable outside of this function? Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, no. Okay, that's not ideal. This should definitely be a function, not a direct call to this variable. But this actually should never happen because we should never be in the state where we're issuing a command to a gold mine. This only happens if the mouse mode is target. So let me just... put a fix me there. Have you tried using external editors for GDScript? I have not. I wouldn't be opposed to trying that, but that would soak up a day, and I just want to write code. We can rename this to selected things. Okay, Q command. If Q mode is mouse mode dot target, and then command is command param. We should only allow this if this is a unit. We should, let me just put a fix me. Do we need to check if this is a unit? We shouldn't be in a situation where we're issuing commands to a landmark. That should just never happen. It will be possible because if we click on the landmark and then we right click, that will issue a move command. But I think in the future I'm going to have my command check. I think actually they already check is if valid actor. So actually, just kidding. The command will check to make sure that the thing that I'm ordering is actually capable, but the command needs to make sure that it can handle that. So if I have this cast as a unit, this will fail. But if I don't have that cast, then we're good. Why do I have... This is for building. I wish there was a better way to do this. I'm passing in this data just for the build command to be able to tell it what I want to build. But that means that this generic Q command function, I'm just passing in data here, and it's a null. Great. I see you do this a lot, but do you like to explicitly type your types for variables? I do. It's a little bit efficient, and more importantly, it makes my editor help me out a little more. If I cast something as a thing I've defined, then I can autocomplete the functions and remind myself what I named things. And it catches bugs sometimes. So I like to do it for those reasons. I don't like casting as variants, or not casting at all, because you know, a little bit bigger window for bugs. It's really nice. Yeah. It's the kind of thing though where if you start doing it at the very beginning of your project, it's not that much mental load. But if you're going through code and you're adding casts to existing code, it's the biggest headache in the world, and it's not worth it. So it's definitely one of those things you got to build as a habit to really feel, at least for me, if I'm not doing it at the beginning of the project, then I regret adding it in later. If you want a small tip, there's a way to make Godot editor error if a variable isn't typed. Well, it'd be nice to try. There are situations where I do need to not type a variable, but I'm assuming that that's also a case where I can be like, Godot, allow this. Is that a project setting? I will look into that. Select things. First, go through our things and unselect all of them. And then, for each thing in our things param, select it. And then save that. And then if not things param is empty, okay, I need to make a data object. If things, I just want to grab the first thing. Cool. Why am I typoing now? It's a project setting. Yeah, I will look into that. Data is things param 0 dot unit data. If things param 0 is landmark. Well, then let's make data equal to things param 0 dot landmark data. And then the heck is this build queue manager? Set build queue. Oh, that's the UI. The build queue manager, the UI build queue manager. Yeah, we can just skip that because we're never going to build things from a landmark. Or are we? It's actually not a problem. I'm pretty sure this does not require... Oh, it does require a unit. Well, we can just skip that. Just put it in here. Does this require anything to do with units? It does. Damn it. If I just cast this as not unit data, is it fine? Does the world accept that? I could make unit data and landmark data inherit like a data resource, basic data. Since they're both resources, that I can do. Let me think about that. Let me go back to think about if these should have a common ancestor, inheritor. Things data. Otherwise, that should be fine. What is this? Oh, I can just pass in data. And this is also data. I think this breaks if I don't have a sound effect. So let me just grab my placeholder sound effect, which is somewhere. There they are. Basic unit. Unit select 1. Boop. Okay. Now if I hit units param does not exist. Oh, right. Units param sound pitch. Oh, no. Oh, wait, no, this is fine. That's fine. Do you believe it'll also want you to add the return types to your functions as well? So at this point, it might be too much of a pain in the ass setting to enable. Oh. Next project. That's the nice thing about making prototypes is you learn lessons and then next month you can apply the lessons because you're making a completely new game. Oh, right. I didn't finish refactoring this. I don't know why I thought that function was the only function. Add unit to selection. Well, we need this to be add things to selection, actually. Okay, thing param. There we go. Oh no. Give me that. Bum, 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 bum. Oop. Ice Bear Bear, thank you for the raid. How's it going? How was your stream? What were you up to? Welcome, Raiders. We're just working on adding gold to our RTS prototype. Currently in the middle of refactoring my codes because I wrote all my code with the thought that I only have units in my game. And actually, that's not true. And whoops. Unit param that sound pitch. That's actually fine. Thing param that sound pitch. Oh, I called it unit selected sound. Ah, whatever. Spent 6 hours making a door open in Unity. Nice. That is one epic door. That's awesome. Stream was good. Was tinkering in a new project. So we're going with a new character animation pack. Ah. Animations are delightful. They're not my strength, so more power to that. More power to you. Fun. Unit param. What? Why is this? Oh, selected things. Yeah. Yeah, and this needs to go away. That needs to go away. This needs to go away. This can just be data. Oh, I copied a to-do. Great. Oh, yes, I do need to do that. And then we did I make a select landmarks? I need a select landmarks function. My defense, the door also closes. That is a key feature for doors. Actually, that may not be true. Maybe you don't need doors to always close, but no, it's still important. 2 doors. Oh, is it a double door? That I feel like that can become a hairball, right? Because you have to have them respect each other. Make this, what was I doing? Oh, I was making this. Why is this? There we go. That took too long. Okay. Since I did that here, I need to add a landmark to selection as well. And not cast this as a landmark. 2 separate doors with different animations. Ah. Well, still. Do you hope to get some sleep? No worries. Take care of yourself. And thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great stream. Yeah. selected units dot erase unit param. So we need this to become a generic function. Func remove thing from selection. If I spell it correctly, that will make me happier, but actually Godot doesn't care. Thing param is a variant. Okay, and now we go here and we say that be correct. The rest of this is fine. The rest of this is fine. I don't need to, we're good. We're good. Everything's fine. All right, grab that. Do you know that you kind of look like Bill Burr? Do I? I have never heard that before. I can't say that I feel that. Maybe it's the lighting? Okay. The rest of this stuff should be good. If I press play and I click this, it still crashes because I'm trying to get the allegiance of my gold and I don't have that. That's not a thing. Okay. So back to this left click. Okay, so we're just completely skipping all of this. We have our unit, we point cast to get it. If unit, unit.getParent, because we point cast to the area 2D. Yeah, this is fine so far, other than calling it unit. If unit dot, okay, so if unit is unit and unit dot, oh, that should fix that. But that puts us in a bind, actually. We don't want to do that. Okay. LF unit is landmark. Don't worry that I'm calling it unit to do. Refactor this to be called thing, not unit. Unit. We just skip this line here and just go back to the rest. Yeah, they're good. Easy. It's basically free. Did I copy and paste this correctly? I think I did. This is not selected units. Why is the editor not complaining? This doesn't exist anymore. Did I not save? Oh, I should make this a function. Get selected things. Do I need to do that? Yes, I do, because future me will thank me when I'm like, you know what? I added landmarks 3 weeks ago. I would like to add like gizmos or widgets or whatever. I'm not good at thinking right now. I would like to add water, and water is for some reason going to be an object, and I'm going to have to refactor this again, add water, and I've done all the. I'm just going to thank myself later. I don't need that. I'm explaining it is going to squander the time that I would save by making a function. Just gonna do it. Just don't think. Just do. There it is. We go back to this input manager and then we say hello. All those times. This is not it. Where's the thing? Oh no, I don't know where I am in my tree. Oh, it's here. Okay, here it is. Then we go here and we say, no, get selected things. There we go. That's a little more robust. And that's it, right? We're not calling selected units anymore. The heck is this? What is all of this? I don't even know. We're probably we're gonna keep running into bugs. Don't worry about it. All right, let's press play. It still crashed. Okay, we tried to set selected to true, but there's no such did I not add that property? Let me check. In our landmark, it's right there. What do you mean? Why is this null? Go back. For thing and things param. Thing dot. Why is it what? But things param is not empty. What? Oh, there's a null in here. Why is there a null in here? Why am I getting past a null array? How did this happen? All right, we're called selected units. Select units. Oh. Did that fix it? Oh, it does. Why does it have this? That should not be. This should not be. What did I do wrong? Did I forget to assign my command card to the object? I did all of this work. Oh, I did. That's why. Give me the blank command card. Get in there. All right. And we click on this, no buttons, nothing. If we right click, it still crashes because we tried to issue a move command. And we passed in a nothing. Or actually, it's because move command expects to take in a unit. Actually, all commands expect to take in a unit. The actor is always a unit. So with this being a prototype, do you have any plans for any type of theme or anything to grow into eventually? Or is this more just going to be a functional base that you can make multiple kinds of RTS from? No, this is entirely just a testing ground. I don't have any strong plans. I do have like a list of ideas in a doc. And one of the ideas is like a time travel RTS, but it's not a serious idea, and it's not something that I'm going to pursue if I don't find any success with this experiment. So my main goal here is just to make an RTS that I think is more fun than like anything that is currently being explored by indie devs in the RTS space. So maybe that results in nothing. Maybe that's just hubris on my account, and I'll find out because this is progressing pretty quickly. But if I do find something that's like, oh man, this is incredibly fun, we should make a game out of this. Yeah, I absolutely will. But, you know, I can't predict the future. Oh. Do I want to just recast this to be not a, or do I want to just say never assign a move command to a thing that is not able to move? If unit and unit is unit, which is great. That's a great line. Yeah. If unit and unit is unit, then do the thing. Otherwise, do not do the thing. Let's click on this and we right click, nothing happens. Uh-oh. That shouldn't have happened. Why did that crash? Select units in base node. The array of argument 1 does not have the same element type as the expected type array argument. Oh no. Are you kidding me? Because this is no longer a casted array, we can't pass it in? I hate my life. Flaming Axe, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Fair enough. I'm not typically one for an RTS, so maybe I'm just not looking at it. But I don't feel like I've seen much of any indie RTS games at all that I can think of. Yeah, no, I fully subscribe to the theory that the entire industry of RTSs suffers from the RTS curse. And there's not that many games, period, that are being made for that are there's not that many RTSs that are being made, period. Both in the big game developer, like AAA, AA, whatever you call it. There's not much exploration there. And then indies, the majority of them are kind of chasing old RTSs rather than trying to do something new. And I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that is where the future of RTS will be. But I don't know. I'm not putting my money where my mouth is. So this is just for fun. I'm just doing a thing for fun. And if I discover that actually making RTS is really hard and making them fun is really hard, and I should just sit down and accept that people are trying to do really hard things. That's just life. Sure, whatever. But I gotta try. I just found your stream. Also interested in creating an indie RTS. I'll steal all your best ideas. Oh boy. Well, steal away, but don't hold your breath. We're still right now trying to add gold to our map. And why? Oh yeah, right. I need to make this be a casted. Or was this casted before? It probably was. Oh. I could take this, make my code suck a little more, but it makes Godot happy. Units. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not plural. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That should make it everything work. Why didn't it work? Oh, because that's just, yeah, that's fair. We're trying to shove landmarks into a units function. Why does selecting the landmarks work, but selecting the units not work? The array of argument 1 does not have the same element type as the expected type of... It does. It does. I'm casting it. I'm forcing it to have that. What is going on? Array unit? Array unit? Did I... What? Does this not work? Am I just trying to do something that just doesn't... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I'm just... This is not how you cast things. I just do this. Shouldn't this work? Am I just misunderstanding this error? I used to make custom Command & Conquer 0-hour maps and hide money drops on my side directly under where the dozer spawns so no one ever see it. That's mean. That's mean. I used to play a fair amount of Tiberium Sun, and I think that was the first Command and Conquer that let you make custom maps. And I would you could go online, and you could just join a game and you would download a custom map. And I remember some map makers would make maps that they have a lot of cool looking units that are like, oh, this is really fun and interesting and different and great. But one of the units would be, inevitably, one of the units would be, I am a turret that has infinite range. I do infinite damage. And as soon as you build me, you win the game because I just blow up the enemy base at infinite range. And it's just like, it's funny to think about, but it was very frustrating at the time. So much rage at just like, I thought this was going to be a real game, and then my entire game is gone because it just got blown up by something that I can't even see because it's on the other side of the map. There is an old StarCraft map that I think about sometimes. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a custom map where like you're playing in two teams, and one person on each team is responsible for. They're given a bunch of units, and the other people on everyone else on their team, they distribute the units, and then they throw them onto a map, and then each player has a grouping of units, and they control them on the map, and they like, you'll get, one person will get all the vultures, one person will get all the zealots, one person will get all the marines, and then like you micro according to your strengths or whatever. And I always thought that kind of gameplay was unexplored. I don't see a lot of RTSs or any game really try and explore the idea of like, one person is handing out responsibilities to everyone else on their team, and good luck. Impossible Series, I don't think that was it, actually. I think this Impossible Series was something else. If I'm not mistaken, which I could be, I don't know. It's been a million years. That might have been last millennium. What are they doing? Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out, how do I make this not upset? Is it because this is empty? This is an array of size 0. Okay, I could just do select things just to get over this hump. And then to do, if this works, let me put a to do for myself. Why doesn't this work? This works. Why doesn't that work? Okay, this works how I'd expect it to. I'm not selecting the gold mine. I have to click on it to select it? Okay. Let me put a to do for myself, because calling this function is illegal. I put that underscore there strictly so that I don't do what I'm doing. Don't do this, calling a private function. I need to figure out why casting this does not make that bug go away, but I don't need to do that right now because it's not actually part of implementing this feature. That's just making me happy, making my code happy. Code Zen. They're called the Impossible Series by Funkopotamus. I spaced out. Yeah, you're right. That was left-handed commando voice from the Command and Conquer. Yeah. Good series. Why did the commando have, if I remember correctly, no other unit had their own voice lines, and also I think the commando had a thing where you could hear him no matter where he is. Even if he's not, even if it's the enemy that built the commando, you can hear the commando. Like, Such a weird design. I wonder why they did that. But if I wonder for too long, I'll forget what I'm doing. Select things. Love the Impossible series. If you had a good tank player and some air, you could survive. I don't remember there being tanks. Oh no, there were. Yeah, no, there were. Yeah, never mind. I'm crazy. You had to stuff them in the APC. But that's where I put all my engineers. I don't have room for them in my APC. And actually, they couldn't damage tanks, could they? They were like completely helpless. Yeah, that's why you put them in APC. That's right. It's coming back to me. Right. What was I do? I'm trying to fix. Why can't I select this? Why is this not do? And that we need to go to the input jiggler. It's a UI thing. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I'm staring at it. In college, we had a copy from UUNet. Had no manuals, so multiplayer was quite interesting as we had to go through the stage of upgraded to having no idea what to do. Ooh. Learning the multiplayer game live. That's definitely the kind of thing where, like, you'd stumble into the I win button. You just spam it, and then you win. I remember multiplayer back in the day being impossible to set up. Like, it's not actually impossible, but it's just like I don't see anyone else on the network. So is the switch busted? Am I plugged into the wrong thing? Is my computer, do I have like do I have an antivirus? Did someone install an antivirus on my machine and now I just can't connect to anyone? It was most fun as the tech progressed, like real war progression. Good times. Good times. I remember at some point discovering that you could enable. There's a third faction in Command and Conquer, the dinosaur faction, and you can enable that in multiplayer. And you're not supposed to do that, but you can do it. And the fun that is, because the dinosaur faction is just both. It's just you get all the units. I don't think you could build dinosaurs. You just get all the units, which is it's fun. It's not balanced. There's no downsides, so and left track. Okay, so this is the I'm staring at the right function. I'm just not doing anything. Okay, so for possible unit and possible things, if the possible unit is okay, so are we calling this function? We own. Oops. Hey, how'd the game challenge go? I'm the composer guy from YouTube. We're all right. Got 8th. I'm happy with that. I'm satisfied with that. I was not expecting to win because I don't remember. Oh, I remember now because I just completely biffed the physics of the entire exercise. Yeah, I can't. If you implement collision wrong and adding a chunk to the game slows it down, then you just can't make Minecraft. Learn a lesson learned for next time. Use an array mesh. Don't just spam 6 million boxes into your world. Make a Franken shape with an array mesh and make that your world. And That's incredibly performant. Great. It's a good way of seeing it. Yeah. Okay, good news. We're not only selecting it. If I click here, we are only selecting units, and that's correct because we're only selecting units. But if I do, okay, yeah, okay. So we are in exactly where we expect to be land over here. Are we only selecting things? We should be only selecting things. AGV Music, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Has point landmark position and landmark is landmark. Okay, so are we getting here? We're probably not getting here. That's probably the problem. But we're not. Select box.has point. Is that function expecting a unit? This is actually a built-in. So no, it's not expecting a unit. Are we getting here? Yeah, we're not getting there. All right. That's the problem. Are we getting here? Oh, we're not getting here. Okay. Well, that's a problem. That means this function is empty. Possible things is not giving me all the things. Let's just verify that. Is it like an Alien World RTS? These are placeholder graphics. This is just Kenny graphics. Love Kenny. Kenney. I do not ascribe much theme to them. I just grab them because they look good and I'm trying to work fast. Yeah, we're not selecting this at all. I guess this is kind of like a Martian. There's purple trees everywhere though. I don't know. Is that dirt? Or is it alien stone? But then we just got gold. Just regular gold. I don't know. I have to think about it. This is not getting me what I want. Return unit grid map.get things. Okay, yeah. So we're going here. Is this only getting units? It shouldn't be. I mean, it kind of looks alien because of the purple and barren wasteland. Yeah. I mean, I kind of see it. I didn't really think about it. I just grabbed and went. Var units, grid, dot get. Okay, so what is this grid dot get? Great. It is a thing that's relying on dictionary. It's a dictionary indexing on units. No, it's indexing on vector 2i's and arrays. So, oh, I know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. I can fix this. Let me just go back to my unit. In ready, we call this function register unit. And we never call that in our landmark because I didn't copy and paste that function. We don't need any of this because our landmarks don't have health or an allegiance. They are completely mercenary at all times. What is this current grid cell? Ah, that's the other thing I need to copy. I remember now. I was looking at that and going, do I need to copy this? And I said yes, and then I didn't copy it. Excellent. Okay. Thus solving the problem. We should be... Let's go and call it get register unit. Let register landmark. Imagine an alien go through the ages type of game all. Like you go through the alien ages. But do know, just an idea. That's not a bad idea. I am, at the moment, just trying to get things working. If I have a breakthrough on like, oh man, uh-oh. How did we get here? How did we get here? This doesn't have there's no, whose combat component? How did this get a combat component? How did we get, what? But I don't, oh, this is getting nearby units from the unit grid map. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. We absolutely need to make sure we're only getting units from this get things in rect. Only units. Well, that's a problem. We're just grabbing the entire array and we're shoving it in. Okay. I was about to say before my brain context switched. My main goal is to just find possibilities for RTS gameplay that are new, that existing indie developers, existing AA, AAA, whatnot, are not doing. Just an experiment. This is a prototype. And if we find something, we'll dig deeper. And if we don't find something, then I'll just say I have a newfound respect for all RTS developers. Keep trying. I'm cheering for you. Please make new and better RTSs. And I will leave it there. But yeah, having adding a theme to this, there are a couple of options for, I think, making it work. I would probably remove all of the graphics and replace them. And I would definitely remove all the sounds because they're just beeps right now. They're not even worth adding to the stream. This is a really good example of an RTS from old Star Wars Lego game I used to play as a mini game and amazing at the time. I'm not familiar. I don't know of any Star Wars RTS. Wouldn't mind taking a look. Okay, this function cannot. Let me just make sure I'm not about to break something incredibly. This is only used by the comment component. Okay, so we just need to make sure that we only add units to this list. Nearby list dot append array. No, actually, we're gonna get our grid target cell for a thing in grid target cell. If thing is unit, oh my goodness. Oh no, don't do that. Here we go. There we go. Found it. I will take a look after the stream. Awesome. What did I need to test? Oh, it was these guys can get near the gold without the game exploding. Yeah. Yeah. So actually there's a problem though. I do need to have them be able to detect when they're near a thing. When they're near a landmark. Get nearby landmarks. Do I want to just have like a generic get nearby things, and then I can optionally pass in a unit type to be like only units? That feels like that's smarter. In fact, that feels like that would have been smarter to do up here. where like I pass in a type and then I cast according to that type. And then the default is variant. Can you do that? Is that even a thing you can do? Did I just hallucinate that as being a code? I can't pass around types. No, types are a object, aren't they? Type object. Let me grab this real quick. Godot, can you pass or can you pass around a type like an object? Spawn custom object. Store a type in a variable. What is that? Is that just a variant then? I don't. Let me just put it to do for myself because I don't want to rabbit hole on this. Can maybe we just pass in a type as an argument. And then bam. Bam. 3D is like a battle game between the two players in Lego Star Wars. You could have multiple bases and build stuff on them. Sounds different. I don't know if this is done before, but I always wanted an RTS where you play as a captain rather than the typical God builder view. That has been done. There are several RTS FPS hybrids that they're double cursed basically because like there's the RTS curse and then there's also the curse of like if you're playing an FPS and the RTS enemy drops a nuke on you and you just die because you just got nuked, it's like also not fun. It's really, really hard to make that work, but it is a thing. I used to play a lot of Natural Selection. That was a good game. Good stuff. Not very popular game these days, but a shooter for most, but you had a commander on each side and they would build the map and you'd tell them to drop health on you and then they would, and then you'd go, yay, you're the best commander, and then you'd die because I don't know. I would die because I'm bad at the game, but I think it's a good idea, and like it's something that definitely should be explored. But I fully understand why people don't make those games because they're really hard to do. There's another one called Empires that was a mod for Half-Life. That one was fun as well. That one was what is it? I don't know how to describe it. It's hard to think. One person is building a base, everyone else is a soldier. The commander can only help so much. Yeah. A good commander makes a big difference, but you also need good, like if you can't aim, well then GG. Like you just surrender and go to the next game. Bannerlords does the battles really well, but it's more of a temporal battle simulation. Is Bannerlords I have to check that out. I'm not familiar with how Bannerlords works. I got lots of homework. I got to check out a lot of games. What was I doing? I can't remember anymore. Oh, I needed the have a sister function here that gets nearby landmarks so that I can have units check. Am I near a landmark? That's my landmark now. I claim that landmark. And then we just if that thing is landmark. Easy. And then we just... Do I need to have a new component that's sole purpose is to check for landmarks? Because it doesn't make sense to put that in the combat component. But the combat component is the only component I have that is that's calling this. So do I make a new function that's like claimer component? Maybe. Let me just do that for now. Capturing component. Mountain Blade 2 Banner Lords is like an open world board where you build your army and you can run into other armies. And once you run into one, you start a battle. And it's literally you with 200 soldiers on your side battling. You can order them to do stuff like retreat attack, form a circle, but you're physically in a battle. I mean, that sounds intense. 200 soldiers on your side? That is, it's a lot. $200 is little? Ooh. Up to 1,000. Nice. That's wild. And you're just moving your army around on the map and then it's like, I don't even know how you like navigate that many units. The pathfinding alone, it hurts my brain. Def, check it out. Absolutely. Oh, and there's different parts of the army. So there's like a front line and then like archers and stuff, and you have to micro them all. Oh, but you're in the battle, so I guess you wouldn't micro. I guess they would have to micro themselves. Gotta check it out. Horses, archers, swordsmen. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like the Age of Empires. What is it? Rank system? No. Class system? I don't know what there are different types of units, and each unit comes from a specific building, and that building is a class. I don't know. I played a tiny bit. That's super cool. I don't remember how you could control. I just remember being bad at hitting people from horseback. Being from horseback probably is the best way, though, right? You probably do the most damage, and you move the fastest. And the units level up. Oh, okay. So that's even more complicated then. So like you can have like elite units, and your elite army just crushes all other armies until you meet another elite army. And then it's on. And then it's all about the strategy. I do think that is an important thing, having units level up. I do think it is worth putting that into this prototype just to see how it plays out. I'm going to duplicate this, but I'm going to call it the capture component. Cool, we're going to rename this to the capture component. We're not going to use this script. We're going to create our own script, and then we're going to completely copy everything from the combat component script, because I am lazy and I don't have a lot of brain power left at the moment. I don't need this draw function, actually. Okay, capture component. You belong to a unit. We don't need a range. Actually, we do need a range. Just kidding. The range could be our attack range too. Why not? Time to next attack. All right. Let me just put a quick to-do. Make this not dumb. All right. We've absolved ourselves from this atrocious code. Specifically, make this a timer. A footman can become a swordsman or a bowman can become a superior bowman or a crossman. Oh, so there's even like you can level up an archer into a footman. Oh, is a footman just like the generic unit? Or is it like an archer can become cavalry and a cavalry can become an archer? Or I guess you could have horse archers and stuff like that. That makes sense. It's a whole tree. Oh, that sounds awesome. There's races. Oh, but like Age of Empires races, I assume. Or is it like elves and dwarves and stuff? That would be epic too, actually. Now that I say that. Like 6 to 8. Nations, okay. Yeah. Definitely gotta check that out. I need to finish this too. We're actually just gonna call get nearby landmarks. And then we're just gonna say print we captured it to do the rest of this function. Capturing will not be implemented. The results of capturing will not be implemented this stream. Okay, let's move this up here so that we can see our output. Let's go ahead and, oh no. Oh, I know the problem. I'm smart. We've invented this component. Great, let's just leave it on the table and move on. No, let's actually put it in our unit. Invalid access to, oh no. Oh no. Why don't we have a unit data? Why don't we have a unit data? How are we avoiding this problem here? Actually, how are we avoiding this problem here? I don't understand. What if I make this 1.0? Or is the problem we just don't have a unit. Oh, the problem is that the unit doesn't set up. Oh, I know what the problem is. Yeah, the unit capture component dot unit equals self. Cool. A plus. We also need to make sure that the game knows that this is our capture component. Great. We're good. Quick YouTube short of the battle. And the guy could perfectly move into the battle and fight too. I'll take a look. All right, let's go. Let's capture. Wait, are we? Oh, no. This is just the selection. That's the selection print line. We captured it. We're doing it. We're winning. Success. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, we're still capturing it. Yeah, that's fine. All right, well, this is what I set out to do. We did it. It took the standard amount of time to do it. I'm happy with that. I don't know when I'm in the next stream. Another game you can also get inspo from. Ooh, let me know. Lego Battles DS games. That's another one I'm not familiar. We just have completely different like experiences with RTSs because you just keep dropping new one after new one on me. Yeah, my initial hope was that when I streamed, I would work on a bunch of little tasks. Not when I streamed. Between streams, I would work on a bunch of little tasks, get the code cleaned up very slowly, very surely, incrementally making this more and more of a thing. And then when I hit something that's like a bit heftier, I would work on it on stream. And I, in practice, find out that everything is just a tiny little piece of code that if I have a problem, I can just work on it and then finish it. And then and then I never stream. And I want to stream. So figuring out how to find problems that I can bring to stream. I need to work on that. So I can't promise when the next stream will be, but I'm going to try. I'm a Nintendo kid. Used to be a Nintendo kid. Good stuff. Definitely see what we're working with, see how it grows. Yeah, I want to stream, if not for any other reason, that I put this into, I take snapshots of my game over time. Like, I know the last time I streamed, these buttons did not exist, and this did not exist. And there were only 2 units here, and we did not have gold here. And other things. I'm not even sure if we had buildings. I don't remember if we did. I think what we did last time was just this, and then that was it. So the fact that we have buildings now, the fact that we can build units from our buildings, progress. I want to make sure that that is documented somewhere, and documented in a way that I can revisit it in the future, you know? So with that too, I don't like needing to research while streaming, but I find myself researching frequently. Yeah, it's sometimes it's fun to just go, okay, I know how to solve this problem in 10 minutes, but what if I could solve it even better? Let me spend 2 hours seeing if I can solve it in 5 minutes. And then, yeah. It's dumb when you say it out loud, but in the moment, it sounds great. And I do it and I endorse it, you know? That's how you learn. So if you ever need music, I need a bigger portfolio. I'm down. This game probably won't be the one, but in the future. What I really do enjoy is sitting down, coming home, sitting down, looking at my code base, going, man, this would be really fun if like the health bars were here on the HUD, and then putting a health bar here, attaching it to whatever I have selected, and then that takes like 15 minutes to do. I haven't done that one yet, but like I really want to add the stop button, and I want my units to stop when I press the stop button. It takes 15 minutes to do. You do it, check it in, and then feel good. And then stand up and walk around and like celebrate, and then sit back down, repeat. It's a dopamine loop. It's great. I don't get to do that on stream. I finish something and then I'm exhausted. This is fun, but I'm exhausted. It's a slow but steady build. I enjoy that type of creating. Like I sit down and see what I can improve today. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Woo! I'm gonna celebrate. I'm actually gonna pass out, but I'm gonna celebrate. So I'll stop here. Let me finish my water, and then I'll call it there. All right, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks, raiders. Thanks for the raid. Hope this was fun. Hope your game dev is going well. Hope you're having lots of fun, playing lots of fun games. Hope the weather's treating y'all well. Hope life's doing all right. Take care, y'all. See y'all next time. Appreciate the well wishes and the help and the hints. Hints are great. Love to learn a better way to do stuff. And I've got a lot of stuff to look at. So thank you for the recommendations and the links. See you all next time. Have a good one.